this first. I'd like to welcome everybody to the regular town council meeting in council chambers and via Zoom. This is Thursday, July 27th. Can I have a roll call, please?
You may. Councillor Bragdon.
Present.
Councillor Danforth.
Present.
Chair Dumais.
Here.
Councillor Higgins.
Here.
Councillor Madore.
Here.
Councillor McGowan.
Here.
Councillor Pelletier.
Here. Please stand with me, uncover and recite the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mr. Manager, are there any adjustments to the agenda?
Just the updated warrant totals on orders 186 through 189.
Thank you very much. Looking for a motion to approve the minutes for April 27th, May 11th, and the FYI 24 budget and municipal and wastewater budget. So second made by Council Madore, seconded by Council Bragdon. All those in favor? 7-0.
No.
I know I had to think about that twice. Special presentation is by the librarian Diana Furukawa from the Millinock Memorial Library Quarterly Update. Madam. Welcome.
Right. So Diana Furukawa, Director of the Millinocket Library, and just sharing an update with you all for our contract. One adjustment we've made since my last presentation that I'm going to touch on not only the financial side of things, but also share some fun stuff. Some updates about our programs, services, and capital. So I'm going to start with the fun stuff, and I'll get into the budget later, where I'm going to report on about 6 months of the budget, so right about at our halfway point in our fiscal year, do a little bit of a checkup and ask any questions about how we're doing. But I'll start here, and just a reminder, if council or the public has any more specific questions, I'm happy to answer those at the end or after it's open. So just kind of went over, that's just a full outline. Programs, share some fun photos. There's been all kinds of youth stuff going on at the library this summer with our annual summer reading program. We had a great outdoor kickoff event, games, ice cream, and stuff like that back in. And we've been having some programs with Doug Cronick. He's been sharing about his sailing adventures, and the kids have been loving that. Our typical art clubs and all kinds of pop-up events that have come up. But I'm really excited to share with you about some of our youth-led programs. I think I put this in one of my reports back in spring, but we've been having some behavioral issues, and actually had a conversation with them about it, about what they needed us to coexist in the space, thrive in the space, what we needed them, and reestablishing expectations. And actually coming from that, we learned that they wanted their own programs. And that's been a really great way to activate actually some of the kids that we're having problems with. And so they decided to launch a Pokemon Club, which has been extremely well attended. It's been anywhere from 15 to 20 kids every time, some coming from as far as Mattawamkeag to join and trade. And I don't know the details, but it's just been really great to see and kids have a great time. So that's what. So some upcoming programs is I just have to put another plug in for Pokemon Club. They also started a Yu-Gi-Oh club and our other stuff. And then some great science programs up, collaborating, science and discovery. All about physics and some of the careers that are, just pause me at any point. Adult programs, just a snapshot of some stuff we've been doing in the last few months. Have our computer classes, which are really tailored to the questions we get from adults in the community about how to stay safe online, frauds and scams, that. But we also have some that are tailored for business owners, like Press Basics, that. We have our hour, offer resume workshops, like that. And then some more fun stuff like gardening and canning workshops, collaboration, Wabanaki music and art programs. We did a little adult night last week, a lot of fun. Really a lot of these programs that we do are internship, I think makes it stronger than known. So some upcoming ones, Book Talk, Kathy Pelletier. And I wanted to highlight a collaboration that we have going on with Penquist. We're going to be working with Penquist, help people sign up for heating assistance now before it gets cold. They're in need. We'll have Penquist office hours starting next week, going into the end of October. Some scheduled appointments, some drop-in hours. People can get signed up on the spot. So that's really exciting. I think I'll get into this more later when I share about our resource navigation program, but it represents a shift in our approach, really trying to focus on prevention and getting those experts right there in the library to connect on the spot with questions that we know that they have and that we know that they have. So please spread the word about that. Happy to talk to anyone about what it brings so that it goes. Your library programs. These have been great. There've been community-led ones. So people just saying, I want to lead a run, bike ride for women or whatever it is every Thursday. And I can honestly say that every night of the week, there is something to do with people who want to be active and outside. And that makes such a good impression when, you know, we have interns that are working with the Outdoor Sport Institute and they're seeing that there's, you know, an active community that want to, they like, and I personally have been enjoying it myself. So it's just great to see that grow and somewhat organically the past 2 years. Those have been community-led ones. We've also been planning some more intentional collaborative programs. So those have been collaborations with your library, the Outdoor Sport Institute, Friends of Cotton Water, taking overnight trips, mountain biking trips, hiking, things that are bigger and involve a little that one organization, but in collaboration offers really valuable. So those have been great. I have 2 more left and really excited about that collaboration. So upcoming ones, I'll definitely mountain biking skills clinic to learn a few things. So any questions about programs so far? Few statistics. I just wanted to show you the growth over time compared to 2022. I mean, some of this is really just because we're seeing the signs of recovering from COVID and sort of ways that limited what we early 2020. But I also think it's showing what is possible when we actually have staff that are committed to this, that are moving forward, that are activating other volunteers, community members, want to lead programs. So that growth is exciting. And then some youth statistics as well. The card holders have grown. I think at this point, 50% of people living in Millinocket have a library, which is pretty good, actually, compared to other libraries. And the youth card holders, particularly exciting to me. You'll see a spike in winter and 2020. And that's because of a collaboration that we did. Every class did the library, got oriented, all of this, and 90% of them got a call. So we really want to continue that. Lastly, a few more stats. I love numbers. Circulation down a little. This is kind of a trend in libraries in general that, you know, computer use, Wi-Fi use, and the program stuff is up, and they're coming, you know, not the primary that or the only reason that library. But it's still interesting to track of. And the foot traffic definitely gone up. I think there was something wrong with the counter in January, but the other months it's up and up, and we expect it rise in summer, which is our busy time. Oh, did have it. So like I was saying, some of the other things are up, down, and that's library now. All right, so I did want to share a resource navigation update. I sent an email to all of you about this, but the library has been doing planning over the past months. And one of the things that stood out to us that we felt that aspects of Mobilize Katahdin program were a little bit outside of our mission, our level of training, or our staff. Primary things that stood out were direct financial aid, which we kind of stepped into that role during COVID, trying to creatively. And it was just a little bit outside of our. And so what we decided to focus on is really trying to make that program align with what the library is doing, with what our mission is, with what we're good at. And I think those three broad buckets are resource navigation, prevention, and resource navigation is kind of a jargony term, but what it really means is when someone comes in, they have a question, we're going to work with them, help them know where to start, because we have relationships with a lot of other resource providers in the area, Enquist, Two General Assistance, all of these other groups, many of which offer that direct financial type of aid. So we're going to work with them to connect the dots there. Prevention, like I said, the Enquist programs, other types of programs that bring these issues to light early, that connect people, and information. We really want to play a role as a library in making information about how to live well accessible and intuitive, both online and in person. So I think we see ourselves playing a role in kind of designing that infrastructure area. So along with this, there's been a lot of confusion over the years about the Mobilize Katahdin name. Is it a station? Not. So for clarity, we are rebranding it as the library's navigation. That'll just make it a lot easier. We've gotten checks written out to that, and we can accept them. It's a thing. So it's a program of the library. It's available at the desk, phone, and still using the same number. And people can make comments on our website as well. Any questions about that? Capital projects. So you may have seen some in front of the library. Those are for our electric chargers, which are getting installed tomorrow. Our deadline that we're aiming for is August 1st. Did get a little extension. The total cost is about $30,000, and 90% of that was by efficiency. So excited about that. I think it's a really good investment in what's going of education in this area, and there's not a lot of existing. So it will be a paid service. Still deciding on the exact rate, but it's not going to be something we're gouging. We want to cover our own expenses, like of the charge. So our roof project, the last time I shared about this was in February. There's been some delays on this. It's a strange project that involves a lot of parts. There's shingling our roof, reinforcing parts of it to address and to support else. And then we, in the same project, being to also add a small outdoor to the children's room, kind of while we're working on the roof, while we're doing structural things, and honor the initial intention of some USDA dollars that we got. So that's kind of the reason we've tried to wrap all this together, and it's why it's been really hard to find a project. I now have someone that we're signing renovation library 19. So they just we signed a contract with them weeks ago. They're going to be finding an engineer for us. Yeah. But it does mean that it's likely to happen next instead of because of all the different subcontractors that are involved. And again, the funding sources that are primarily funding donors, capital. The roof is 30+ years old. Anyway, so it's nice to graph that all. Solar panels, one of the reasons we again honor another piece of our 2019 renovation that was running out of money, adding at the library, congressionally delegated spending to support that. One, we have to first. So again, that project being pushed here. And then lastly, elevator replacement. Did receive a association grant, $1,000 project, and are currently still in the running. Collins and Senator King received $150,000 the elevator. And again, 30+-year-old elevator, and we by multiple technicians that it. So trying to capitalize on those funding opportunities happen. They're all the capital updates I have. So the finances. So all of these reports I am putting on halfway point in our fiscal year. So, and I'm just to clarify what the columns are here, I'm showing year-to-date actual as of and the year-to-date budget. So what we expect to spend by that. I find that a little clearer to look at as we go, but I will show a snapshot of the budget at the end. So I'm kind of looking at these percentages to see how close are they to 100. Exactly on track, which you are. But for donations, we are higher than expected, which is great. Part of it is some overflow from our annual fundraising that came in. And for our friends, higher than expected. Had budgeted that they might start giving less, and so far they haven't, but how that revenue, which again is just what we make from opting back, that pretty much on track. And then for operating grants, we're a bit ahead of schedule. Budget in August, sometimes it's earlier. More than expected from super helpful. And as I mentioned in February, what we're planning to use that excess income for this year is 3 different transfers. One to our operating reserve, one to assist with some of these capital projects that I mentioned, and one transfer to our endowment being invested with our operating long. So that's what we're using that for. We don't expect to have as much net income as have this every year, and trying to use that. See the Sewell Healthy Places money that we expected here, and then the town. Again, it's just down to timing. We received our second after. That's the income side of things. We'll see ahead of the game on grants. Ahead on the other side, down just timing. Expenses. So our collection will spend a little more than we would have thought at this point. It's just due to the ordering thing. Someone went on maybe community engagement. So all of the costs associated with besides staff them lies much exactly on track. For our facility, some of our repairs, most of that money is plumbing. I don't know, you may have seen the library again, bring issues with our plumbing and sewage coming up the basement. Struggling to figure out what it is, but we Brent Rollins, I trust work back and do some demolition, get the pipes out and understand on. Right, cleaning and plowing. Again, this been higher than expected. I think really just 'cause the library is getting used to, so we need, I guess that's a good thing to see. We'll have to budget. Everything else is pretty much as expected. Administrative costs. Have not for our 990 yet. That the next month, that they're about a week out from having that ready, and I'm happy to take that with consulting and asset management. This is for planning, and you'll see that jump up to because of the asset that I went over back in February. Tax credit that we're still of the next few years. Else I need to point out here. Good news, insurance is down because of got with the town. That is great. And lastly, payroll. Biggest bucket. It's really pretty much on track. But as you can see, have some net income. That means that some of our expenses happen in the second half of the year, and it also that channel some of that strategic goal that I mentioned at the round. So pretty much on track, all categories. Just a reminder that this budget is just our operating budget. It does not reflect your library, navigation, restricted budget, or our capital budget. Happy to spend on those time if that's zooming out to the whole budget. If anyone is curious, this just kind of shows those that we make balance and the total amount. So you can see, we're 50% of the way through the year. Snapshot, and we brought in 75% of the income expected, and spent 44% of expenses expected at this point. So we're in very good shape. That is what I have tonight. Are there any questions? I'm happy to come back. Different slides. That's cool.
Anybody have a council comment or question for Library Director? Council Madore?
Just like to say that this is the way that you're structuring the library now and the way the services are being offered, the way the town is really waiting to be as far as the contractual services entered into with the library. You're doing exactly what we wanted you to do, and you're doing it in a way that is best service to the community. So I would appreciate very much your efforts. I think everything is forward very well. I like structuring that you have as far as channeling people and resources together to get some information out there for people. I applaud your effort, and I thank you very much. The quarterly reports really do make a big difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Madore. Any other council comment or question? Council Danforth?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. And again, thank you, Diana, for that amazing presentation. And while I knew about the change from Katahdin to resource navigation, I think that you explained that very well. Let people know if they see any mobilized Katahdin flyers or any other materials around, just, probably toss them in the garbage, because we don't want that confusion out there anymore. And I just want to let folks know, when I was part of the initial, group of folks that tried to start a transportation program, and hence the name Mobilized Katahdin was initially developed for that purpose, and then pivoted around COVID for COVID relief response, that sort of thing. But we still know there is a transportation need in the community, and we're really through Age Friendly Millinocket, we're really working hard to address that. Right now, we're just trying to get people to use Pinecrest transportation. And as a result of that, and through Age Friendly, I'll just put a plug in. Folks in the Tri-Town area can use Pinecrest transportation at no cost. Thrive Penobscot was able to secure funding to pay for the customer fares, and we're working with resource navigation at the library to let people know that. So out with Mobilize Katahdin, but we're still trying to meet the needs of all of our community members. And I just really applaud you for the work that you've been doing. Thank you so much.
Any other council comments or questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. Council Madore, would you read ordinance number 1-2023?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ordinance number 1-2023, providing for an adoption of the amendment chapter 125, article 8, subsection 6.1 of the Code of Town of Millinocket, to be ordained by the Town Council of the Town of Millinocket that the attached chapter 125, article 8, subsection 46.1 short-term rental ordinance of the Millinocket Code is hereby adopted as amended. Further ordained that the town clerk make appropriate changes to incorporate this chapter into the town's code and distribute new pages to all persons known to have a copy of the code. Mr. Chairman,
Council Madore,
at this time, I would like to table this order till further notice.
that motion of a second, thank you. Motion's made to table by Council Madore, seconded by Council Bragdon. All those in favor? 7-0, motion's tabled. At this point, I'd like to move on to the manager's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The report submitted for this week is the more robust version with all of the various department updates. I strongly recommend anyone and everyone check out the full version of it on our website, on the town on the council packet information on the town council site. I'm going to mention a few things from this, one not included, one rather exciting one that's not included, the roof repairs for the elevator, vestibule entrance and the canopy on the front of the building began today. So those roofs are, that's a contract that we awarded, I think it was in December. And you know, they've been through some hiring struggles, that company lately. So, you know, it's several months behind schedule, but it began today. They expect to work through tomorrow and then be back Monday and Tuesday of next week to wrap that up. So we're really excited to get that finished up. The reval team starts this weekend. They expect to be out in the town tomorrow and Saturday. We have all of the information has been in the newspaper and on our social media page and on the assessors tab on our website. There's more information with description of vehicles and several other important items on there. We just hope people keep their eye out for them, are educated about what they're doing, and treat them with kindness as if they're our own neighbors, right? And the one other thing I'm going to mention tonight is it is that time of year. As of tomorrow, nomination papers for the 3 town council seats up for grabs will be available. So they'll be available tomorrow and are due back by 4 p.m. on Friday, September 8th. So we certainly encourage members of the community to try their hand and at some civic duty and see how wonderful it is to be part of this process. Wonderful and welcoming. There's 3 town council seats up for grabs, and there are 2 school board seats up for grabs this year. So don't be afraid to get your name on the ballot. That'll be it for me this evening, but I'll take any sort of question and comments on the report I submitted.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Are there any council comments or questions on the manager's report? Council Madore.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First off, I'd like to go ahead and welcome Stan Valley to the airport. I think he's going to make a good addition to finish off that staff out there. And the other thing I was going to ask about the airport is I see that the surveying has been started on runway 11 and the reconstruction project. I asked only because I think I know the answer, but I wanted. What about the crosswind runway? Is there going to be any formal decision by the FAA or whatever about whether that runway is going to be done away with or whether we're going to be able to keep it? If we are, where are we as far as planning for that runway?
So my initial answer is, I believe that those are somewhat unrelated. Those 2 points. However, no, we don't have any more updated or final information on whether or not we're losing that runway. But Jeff's online. Jeff, if you have anything to add to that, I would certainly love to hear it.
Can you hear me okay?
Sure can.
All right, Jeff Campbell, Airport Manager. Runway 1634, the crosswind runway, is still in the negotiation stage. It's not that they will do away with it, it's that they will not fund the rebuild. No money for rebuild. So that's totally separate from what we're doing on the main runway. The main runway, the survey work and the bore samples and everything are going to be towards rebuilding our runway the way we want it. And discussions are still in the works between the manager, myself, and congressional delegation and the FAA moving forward as to the size and scope of what we end up with there. But the crosswind runway is not on the table right now. We're working around that. That'll be a future project.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. I wanted to go ahead and move on to the tax collectors. And I see that we're going through the lien process. Again, what am I seeing as far as the total amount of liens that may, Madam Clerk, maybe filed or looking filed, possibly the lien total down?
So can you repeat your question, please?
I doubt it.
I just kind of want to know exactly what you were asking.
Well, I'm looking through here and I'm seeing that, that liens have been dated and filed with Registry of Deeds. I just wanted to know what the number of liens are. I see the total for them, but I was wondering what the number of them are.
The number was within my report, which was
103?
correct.
Okay. That's a lot.
Actually, no, that's one less than last year.
Really?
Yes,
Okay. No.
one or a few, not many difference.
I would like to go ahead and take this time to encourage people, as the manager has already done, that if you have an interest in running for an office for the town of Millinocket, whether it be council or the school board, please take out nomination papers and may the best person win for the seats, but certainly the more the merrier in any type of runoff for any election. I was going to say that the fact that I was looking at the code and assessing departments too, seeing that our new code enforcement officer and our assessor and everybody, Tom, Evan, are all doing a great job working, getting this straightened out forward on this. And I appreciate the effort, consolidated effort, and I appreciate it very much. And with that, I will say thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Council Madore. Any other council comment or question on the manager's report? Council Braga.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My comments are in regards to the cemetery, not necessarily what was listed in his report, but I'm looking for a straw poll from the councilors. I'd like to draft an order for the Knights of Columbus Council 680, which is located right here in town. The monument that they put up in 1936, which is right in the center of our cemetery, is falling apart. They've been working on it for 2 years and they've run out of money. It's a very expensive job. Takes a lot of man hours, and if anybody's gone up there, it's a beautiful addition to the cemetery. This year, they're working on the Mary Magdalene statue, and next year they want to do Saint Joseph. But again, cost money. I am interested in drafting an order to give them $1,500, but before I do that, I wanted to see where other counselors stood.
Where
That's
do you
all.
suggest that money come from?
Whether it be unassigned fund balance, donation, I'd really have to look at the numbers, but at this point, unassigned fund balance is the best place.
Taking a straw poll, all those in favor of Council Bragdon drafting an order? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, perfect. I will give that to you before the next meeting.
Thank you. Any other council comment? On the manager's report, seeing none, down to the public. On the manager's report. Via Zoom, also seeing none. Thank you, Mr. Manager. Council Madore, would you please read order number 186-2023?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to defer to Councilor Higgins for this.
Councilor Higgins, would you please read order number 186-2023?
Yes, Mr. Chair, order number 186-2023, providing execution of the town warrant for July 27th, 2023. It is ordered the town warrant for July 27th, 2023 in the amount of $29,952.84 is hereby approved.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Higgins, seconded by Councilor Madore. Heavy hitters, please.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Heavy hitters, $12,293.05 to Lean Fund. Lean Financial Services, that's the card payments. $6,000 for iWorks, that's the software for the code enforcement. $3,993.72. Zelinski Michael, that's for pool supplies. And $1,201.34 Versant Power.
Thank you. Any other council comment on this order? Seeing none, down to the public. Via Zoom, back to the council. All those in favor? 7-0. Councilor McGlowan, would you please read order number 187-2023?
Order number 187-2023, providing for execution of the wastewater warrant for July 27th, 2023. It is ordered that the wastewater warrant for July 27th, 2023 in the amount of $6,690.81 is hereby approved.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor McGlowan, second by Councilor Madore. Any heavy hitters on this one?
Just for $5,089.44 to Versant Power.
Thank you very much. Any other council comment or questions on this order? Seeing none, down to the public. So seeing none via Zoom, back to the council. All those in favor? 7-0. Order number 188-2023, Council Madore, would you please read?
I'm going to refer once again, Mr. Chairman, to Councilor Higgins.
Thank you. Councilor Higgins, would you please read?
Yes, Mr. Chair, order number 188-2023, providing the execution of the prior year town warrant, July 27th, 2023. It is ordered the prior year town warrant for July 27th, 2023 in the amount of $48,642.99 is hereby approved.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Higgins, seconded by Councilor Bragdon. Council discussion on the order. Any heavy hitters?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Heavy hitter, $3,186.15 for Green Thumb Lawn Service. That's for the athletic fields. $9,000 for Point Monroe, that's tree removal. $16,404.12 municipal review, this older charges. $9,002.81 Versant Power.
Thank you. Any other council discussion on this order? Seeing none, down to the public. Via Zoom. Also seeing none. Back to the council. All those in favor? 7-0. Order number 189-2023, Council McLaughlin, would you please read?
Yes, thank you. Order number 189-2023, providing for execution of the prior year wastewater warrant for July 27th, 2023. It is ordered that the prior year wastewater warrant for July 27th, 2023 in the amount of $17,788.84 is hereby approved.
Second.
Motion made by Council McLaughlin, second by Council Bragdon. Council discussion on this order. Are there any heavy hitters?
There are $11,920.50 to Over Associates. What is that, Mike? We talked about it, I get.
That is the pump station up.
Thank you. And $4,706.29 to Pierce Atward LLP. And that is, was that the payment on the land
That is our representation on.
litigation?
Thank you. Any other council discussion?
No.
Well, no. Pierce Atwood is for the Settlement Act about the water rights.
Yes,
It's an ongoing effort. This has been going on for decades, I think. Yeah.
I think you're right.
I know.
Any other council comments? Seeing none, down to the public. Also seeing none via Zoom, back to the council. All those in favor? 7-0. Council Higgins, would you please read order number 190-2023?
Yes, Mr. Chair, order number 190-2023, providing for update to personal policy mileage requirement reimbursement. My apologies. Whereas a mileage reimbursement rate for town employees as outlined in the town personnel policy needs to be updated and should be aligned with the IRS rate, which is the most common rate used by all municipalities. It is ordered that the town, that the Millinocket Town Council approves the update of the personnel policy, increasing the mileage reimbursement rate at 65.5 per month.
Second.
Motion made by Council Higgins, seconded by Council Danforth. Council discussion on the order. Seeing none, down to the public. Via Zoom. Back to the council. All those in favor? 7-0. Order number 191-2023, Council Pelletier, would you please read?
Order number 191-2023, providing for Dangerous Buildings Act authorization. It is ordered that the town, Millinocket Town Council authorizes the town manager and code enforcement officer to act on their behalf in carrying out work related to Dangerous Building Act.
second.
Motion made by Council Pelletier, second by Council Madore. Council discussion on the order. Seeing none, down to the public. Via Zoom, back to the council. All those in favor? 7-0. Order number 192-2023, Council Danforth, would you please read?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, order number 192-2023, providing for acceptance of the Alma B. Sewell Foundation Healthy People, Healthy Places Grant Program. Whereas the town of Millinocket was awarded a Healthy People, Healthy Places grant in the amount of $35,000 for the concept design of a community center in Millinocket. It is ordered that the Millinocket Town Council approves the acceptance of $35,000 from the Alma B. Sewell Foundation Healthy People, Healthy Places Grant Program for the concept design of a community center in Millinocket.
Second.
Motion made by Council Danforth, seconded by Council Madore. Any council discussion on the order? Seeing none, down to the public. Via Zoom. Back to the council. All those in favor? 7-0. Order number 193-2023, Council Bragdon, would you please read?
Order number 193-2023, providing for approval of an application for an entertainment license for Hillcrest Golf Club. It is ordered that the attached application for an entertainment license is hereby approved for Hillcrest Golf Club. Business address 1 Golf Course Road, Millinocket, doing business as Hillcrest Golf Club, 1 Golf Course Road, Millinocket.
Second.
Motion made by Council Bragdon, seconded by Council Higgins. Council discussion on the order. Seeing none, down to the public. Via Zoom. Back to the council. All those in favor? 7-0. Order number 194-2023, Council Higgins, would you please read?
Yes, Mr. Chair, order number 194-2023, providing for approval of an application for malt, dinners, and spirituous liquor license for Hillcrest Golf Club. It is ordered that the attached application for a malt, dinners, and spirituous liquor license hereby approved for Hillcrest Golf Club, business address, 1 Golf Course Road, Millinocket, doing business as Hillcrest Golf Club, 1 Golf Course Road, Millinocket.
Second.
Motion made by Council Higgins, seconded by Council Madore. Council discussion on this order. Seeing none, down to the public. Also seeing none via Zoom. Back to the council. All those in favor? 7-0. Order number 195-2023, Council Pelletier, would you please read?
Order number 195-2023, providing for approval of an application for a victualler license for Hillcrest Golf Club. It is ordered that the attached application for a victualler's license is hereby approved for Hillcrest Golf Club, business address 1 Golf Course Road, Millinocket, doing business as Hillcrest Golf Club, 1 Golf Course Road, Millinocket.
Second.
Motion made by Council Pelletier, seconded by Council Madore. Council discussion on the order. Seeing none, down to the public. Via Zoom, back to the council. All those in favor? 7-0. I assume Council Pelletier, right? Order number 196-2023, Council Bragdon, would you please read?
Order number 196-2023, providing for update to pause funding for ESSER 3 grant expenditures. Whereas order number 132-2022, pause the funding for ESSER 3 grant expenditures and required council approval for any such expenditures during this period. And whereas order 175-2023 provided updates to pause ESSER 3 grant expenditures. And whereas the school administration is seeking pre-approval for estimated payroll and accounts payable expenditures through August 2023. Therefore, it is ordered that the following estimated ESSER 3 grant expenditures of $525,120.74 are approved. School parking and entrance repairs, $374,541. Cafeteria tables, $20,000. Fly curriculum, $1,500. Payroll, $33,304.24. Chair, $5,000. Intercom system, $50,000. Field work, $1,540. Elevator, $39,235.50. And whereas the outstanding reimbursement for ESSER 3 expenditures will be approximately $815,000 after this approval. It is further ordered that the ESSER 3 town cash flow on unreimbursed expenditures will be capped at $815,000 until the status of the reimbursement is reviewed in September.
Second.
Motion made by Council Bragdon, seconded by Council Madore. Council discussion on this order. Council Pelletier.
You just turned your mic off.
I was just curious as to the effect of the undesignated fund balance, where we're at with that.
So this is really only a slight modification of a nearly identical order that was presented just a few weeks back. So there's no change in the impact of the unassigned fund balance from this. The impact is the outstanding balance of about $800,000 that we understand the new business manager, Rhonda, is very well prepared for the reimbursement cycle. So we're feeling pretty confident with our back and forth communication that they'll be receiving those reimbursements just about every 3 months on the dot at this point. So it shouldn't take that long for them to reimburse that fund.
So this shouldn't impact their going ahead with grant work. Where we're capping it now.
No, this is a cap until well, it's really just a month away, September. which I believe they're expecting some reimbursements in the meantime. And then looking at what's expected to be reimbursed in the following cycle, while looking at what they have coming up for expenditures that are maybe necessities rather than desires, just trying to be responsible on that impact to the unassigned fund balance.
Thank you.
Thank you, Council Pelletier. Any other council comment? Seeing none, down to the public. Via Zoom. Back to the council. All those in favor? 7-0. Reports and communications, warrant committee for August 10th, 2023. Council meeting will be Council Pelletier and Council Bragdon. Are there any chair committee reports? Council Pelletier.
The Charter Review Committee will be meeting August 2nd, 4:30 in the middle, the town manager's office.
Thank you. Any other chair committee reports? Seeing none. 2-minute public comment. This is your time to, there's a microphone right there. You want to grab that, Sandy? It looks like it's already on. Name and address, please.
Sandy Sullivan, 104 Sunset Drive.
Oh, you did that well.
I can go all the way back.
No, you did.
First of all, I don't know if any of you have noticed, but a citizen of town voluntarily took care of planting flowers up at the Veterans Monument. She did a fantastic job, and I would like to thank Karen O'Loughlin for doing that. I felt it had been neglected and needed someone to care for it, and she did it. I also have a question. Councilor Madore read that first ordinance very quickly, and then it was tabled.
Right.
With no discussion.
Correct.
Are we able to ask why it was tabled?
Once a counselor propositions a table, it stops all discussion and it goes to an immediate vote. So the answer-
And I realize that. That's why I didn't ask my question at the time. But
Are
this
you
is,
asking Councilor Madore why he tabled it?
I'm asking anyone that it wants to answer me. Was it because this has been going on and on and on and on and on, being tabled, and so I just wonder why it was tabled again and for how much longer.
Sure. Anybody want to tackle that, or are we good?
I can if you want.
It's your call.
Yep, the ordinance was tabled because right now it is being reviewed by the town attorney to make sure that everything is all the i's are dotted and all the t's are crossed. I will meet with the town attorney relatively soon to discuss any changes or any revisions that have to be done with it. And then it will be brought back to the council after the attorney has approved it.
Thank you. I had a feeling it was probably legal, but I just wanted to make sure. Thank
No
you.
problem.
Thank you, Ms. Sullivan. Any other public comment or question?
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to add to, thanks for trying, Sandy.
Mr. Manager, would you like to clarify that?
I am the clarifier. No, I just wanted to add, Sandy had recommended this nice Karen, right? Had come speak to me, and actually one of the additional checks on that additional warrant this evening was towards her efforts in doing the flowers at that monument in Veterans Park. We just donated $250 for the supplies and everything to do that. And it's actually pretty neat. She also works at the high school with a life skills class. So she plans to bring out some students in the fall when they switch over to moms and stuff. So it's a pretty good effort, I think, over there. And I'm glad to be able to help fund it.
Did I get a lot of the green lights off. Council Bedore.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to clarify too, the past, each year, a different organization or group has taken care of the flowers for the veterans monument. Last year, it was the Ladies of the Nazarene Church that took on the project, who planted the flowers. Year before that, it was, believe it or not, some people from the Appalachian Trail organization who took over planting flowers out there. So each year, a different group or a different organization has taken over. So I'm glad to see somebody picked it up this year and took it over. So it has been, like I say, it's been an ongoing thing where each year there's been a different organization who has volunteered to plant flowers at that memorial.
Thank you, Council Bedore. Any other? Yes.
I would just like to know the name of this person. I heard maybe Carolyn, but did we hear a full name?
Her name is Karen O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin.
Karen O'Loughlin. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Any other public comment? Seeing none. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Motion made by Council Bedore, seconded by Councilor Higgins. All those in favor? 7-0. Have a good evening.
Who's gonna vote now?